doing it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I might need to turn the gain on it up a little bit. This has been an entire ordeal. I'm trying to fix the static, but the it's not cooperating. Device properties. Turn that up to 20. How does 20 sound? 20 sounds good. I'm okay with that. Okay. Back out of that screen. Yeah, that's actually looking real good. It pokes up into yellow every so often, but for the most part, it's staying in the green range. That's good. Good. Okay. So we'll go ahead and turn that off, and we'll pull that up, and there we go. Okay. Huh. So I have the stream, I have chat viewer, I have tea, I have blueberry muffins. I'm ready for some egregious blood and gore. Yeah, no save file, clean up. We're not doing Caduceus. We're probably going to go up to, not Frostbite, Backwater Prison Colony. Yeah, yeah, let's do it. Okay. Or no, not, no, no, that's not the one I wanted. Was it? Pestilent Penitentiary? What did I read? I feel like that's not what I said, but... Oh, it says Backwater Prison Colony down here, but the level name is Pestilent Penitentiary. Got it. Got it. Okay. Oh, I need paper. I have paper up above me. I need something to write with. I bought more pens. Bust the little plastic cap off. There we go. Start work. Okay. Yeah, like I've gone so far as like I'm using a different mic. A friend of mine bought me this mic a good few years ago, and it didn't help with static. So I'm like, I'm just gonna keep using what I've been using, and so I was hoping maybe it would work now, and the answer is no. So the problem is clearly something else. Okay. Because, yeah, I have no static in my left ear, but I can hear some in my right. Okay, so there's my Punch-O-Matic. Enough about static, let's get going. So there's an upstairs. Oh, buddy. Okay, let's move. Now I need to figure out how to do things, because I need to lay out things, and I don't have the space I want to do it the way I want to do it. So, oh, fun. No, Mike, don't fall over. So we have Prisoner 607, who has been decapitated. His leg's been ripped off. Well, decapitated, halved, and missing both of his arms and a leg. So he's halved, decapitated, missing both arms and one leg. And skull crushed. There we go. Okay, so that is prisoner 607 found. Well, there's my Dubin. I can open this door. Okay. Oh, buddy. Oh, it's spiders. Oh, it's kind of spidery things. Or like basically Borderlands spider ants is like that's the vibe I'm getting. They've got like big heavily armored crests with like squishy butts. Okay. So we've got prisoner 575 who has probably just had his lower legs chewed off. There we go. Otherwise, he's fully intact. Oh boy, this is a sizable level. This is a very sizable level. Let's see. Let's see. There's the tag. Prisoner, does that say 849? Yep. 849. He is sitting on a toilet. Head just demolished against wall. Crushed against wall. There we go. Oh, what do we got? A note. What a shithole we live in now. I mean, man, as if months spent aboard prison vessel Cortex Strikers wasn't bad enough. They drop us off here on Fury 162. A hell from which there is no escape. At least I'm not alone. There were others on the ship. A rotten group of degenerates. They were all right. I don't belong here. Uh-huh. Okay. That one's locked. Can't go through there. Oh, they tunneled in. Oh, buddy. This is... Huh. Okay. I've got two bodies. I just need to discern. This is probably 107 here. Prisoner 107. Well, there's no signs of blood trails leading to or from the area, so likely just had his legs chewed off. In alien tunnels. This guy, whoever this is prisoner 093, has been halved and his head is nowhere to be seen. Halved and disemboweled, as well as missing head missing. Okay, that tunnel doesn't go anywhere. This tunnel does. I am disconcerted by the fact that they left live eggs, or just eggs in general. Oh, buddy. I see why this is a 3-hour level. God, there's so much walking. 203, this guy, fully intact. But he's in alien tunnels. Okay, that's all I've really got going for that info. Oh. Oh, and it circles down and I found the incinerator. Okie dokie. Oh, hey, more toilet bowls. 3 toilet bowls. There's the bullet hole fixing gun. Though, so far, I've not actually found any bullet holes or bullet casings, which is kind of intriguing. So, prisoner 447 simply had his head smashed against the wall. Head crushed against wall. Alien. Okay, there's a door that can be opened. This door leads to nothing? Is this an elevator? Oh, I see. It is an elevator. Okay, cool. So that's an elevator. We can go up the stairs. That is prisoner 883, which I've not logged. 883. He is fully intact. Just in a stairwell. Okay, so that's, yeah, okay. We have a letter. The men have little faith. They are all my brothers, and I am their father. I see the fear in their eyes and the doubts in their hearts. Yes, the walls and floors may be bulging from some unknown horror, but we still have God, and his plan is righteous. The men won't hear it. Panic has spread, and it is too late. God comes for us. Okay. Was there any indication? No, no indication of who wrote it. Okie dokie. Okay, that door's locked. That's an alien. Oh, another bullet fixing laser. So here we have one prisoner 827. He's at the lower portion of the cell block, but he just appears to have his legs chewed off. So we can dispense lanterns or solar flares. That's it. Okay. Ooh. Ooh, bad day. Bad day. So here we have prisoner 331 who has been halved and disemboweled. And seemingly forcefully, as his torso is maybe 15 feet away. 15 feet from legs. Intriguing. That's him. Here, once again, this is... No, I've not done 472. So this is prisoner 472, who appears to be completely missing his legs and his head. Only a torso. Only torso with arms. No head or legs. Next. Okay, I have tea. I need to drink it. My throat is not happy today. Oh, that's better. Okay. So, okay, now we've got this guy over here. I need your name tag, buddy. Prison. Prisoner 404, not found. I love it. Um, uh, this guy, he's fully intact. I believe he was trying to escape through air ducts. Failed. Huh. Okay, next. Hello there, Miss One. There's your name tag. Prisoner 254. Your head is probably mush. Decapitated. Head was missing. There we go. Oh, the shadows coming through floors. It's really kind of trippy. Okay, so you're empty. You're that one. Oh, and then there's a tunnel that goes down there. Oh, buddy, this is gonna be an endeavor. Okay, but I have managed to make my way back to the punch clock. So I think I'm gonna hop down here. Uh-huh. Okay. Here we have prisoner 726. Prisoner 726 has been halved and dragged. His head is missing. Halved, disemboweled, head missing. That just implies decapitated and dragged into tunnels. Okay. Let's see. Are you somebody I have tagged yet? Prisoner 666, because of course that number had to make a showing. Appears to have also been halved. His skull was crushed. Halved. Halved. Disemboweled. Dragged from cell into tunnels. Notes. Okay. Is there... I have a feeling that's, yeah, that's a gross toilet. Whoever's prisoner this was, they did not take care of their cell. Either that or just their toilet was not taken care of. 281. Do I have a 281? I do not. Okay, so prisoner 281, appears he did drag. There are drag marks. missing lower legs, dragged, have no other real context. Yeah, he's just, yeah. Okay. Here we have prisoner. Oh my god, there's so many bodies. Prisoner 639. Head crushed against wall. Well, they were in their cell, hopefully. I don't know. Do I have anything denoting what area this is? No. Okay, so I found my boom box. I have also found another. Ooh, he has a cobra tattoo on his chest. That's kind of a cool tattoo. Prisoner 381 has been halved and disemboweled. He has his incel cobra tattoo on chest. It's kind of a cool tattoo. It makes him look different than the other dudes. So this guy, it's happening again. It's the corporations. They're testing some new weapon on us. I know it. This is just typical experimenting on us prisoners. We don't stand a chance. Only thing we can do now is wait and see what it is. I've seen dust clouds on the surface and felt tremors. Whatever it is, it's close now. Okay, you can get put up there. You can get put over there. There we go. Okay. Next. Okay, so now that's circled me back into that room. I should have prisoner 853 somewhere on this list. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so prisoner 853, you are fully intact. Oh, he also has a cobra tattoo. If I mop them, do they come clean? No. Okay. Okay, so that's down again. That's this. Yeah, that's this area cleared, I believe. Oh no, did I believe this is 666. Yes, yes it is. Okay, so I would have turned left there. What's over here? Who do we have here? Prisoner 792. Also don't have him tagged. 792. Halved, disemboweled, crushed skull. Halved, disemboweled, crushed skull. Alien tunnels. Meanwhile, we've got another guy over here. There's his tag. Of course, prisoner 420, uh, fully intact. Does he have any tattoos? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, okay. Huh. So prisoner 422, intact, tunnels, and no tats. No tattoos. Um, okay, so what's this way? Nothing. Nothing is that way. Okay, so then this way. Okay. Hello there. You are prisoner 203. I have him. I have him tagged. Okay, so I'm reaching areas I've already been, which is good. Okay, so let's just keep going this way. I know that definitely means I've tagged these guys. I just want to make sure. So prisoner 107, yes, he's been tagged. Okay. Okay, so that, I know I tagged that dude. Okay, here. Oh, his other half is upstairs. Um, I feel like that's 281. I'll find out. I'll find out when I go back down. Okay, who are you? Prisoner 912. Good lord, there's so many of these guys. He is fully intact in his cell. Yep. Okay. Meh. It's kind of unique. He's wearing a tank top. He's wearing a tank. Most people here aren't wearing shirts. Okay, so that's back to that. So this is prisoner 575, which, yes, I have him. Okay. And so down there, they've all been tracked or clocked. I want to make sure I've clocked all the people up here. Prisoner 526. Does not appear to have made it to my list. Intact in cell. Meh. Nothing seemingly important nearby. Oh, buddies. We got a couple more dudes. Yep. So, we've got... I need a name tag, please. Okay, so we've got prisoner 484, who has been halved, disemboweled, and decapitated. So HDD. He is now a hard disk drive. That is that a? Oh god, that is his face. Damn, that's a brutal imagery. Okay, we're gonna put that down. Here's this tag and prisoner 208 has simply been head crushed. Though back to 484, he has also been dragged out of his cell. And I'm going to assume he was killed in it. I'm going to make that assumption. Here we have yonder prisoner 622, which I don't think I've tagged. I'm going through and I'm underlining all of the prisoner numbers for easy location. No, I have not. I have not tagged 622. He is in his cell, missing his lower legs. In cell minus lower legs. Okay, next. He has a note. It's my birthday today. 10 years now I've been here. And in that time I've been beaten within an inch of death several times. I've lost most of my teeth and feeling in my right leg. Right now I'm pretty sure I've got another broken rib. Many of the other prisoners say something bad is coming. It can hardly be worse than this. I think I'll just celebrate my birthday by starting another prison riot. If I die, I die. Fair. Okay, so for you actually get information. 622, it was his birthday, and so he had several wounds actually. Oh, yeah, extensive prison injuries. Start a riot. There we go. Okay, cool. There we go. Details. A third burning gun. Like, what do you expect me to do with these? There's no bullet holes to fill. Here we have prisoner 902. Who is also not on my list. God, I've spent half an hour just cataloging bodies. Who has been halved and disemboweled. Halved, disemboweled in cell. HDIS, shorthand. We've got a couple aliens in a cell. Not sure what killed them. Okay. No, I'm just gonna... Because I believe I've already clocked this dude. 849 should have been like one of the first ones I clocked. Yeah, on toilet, head crushed against a wall. Yep. Okay, so there's another actually door I can open. Oh, so this is the top floor. Okie dokie. I don't think fall damage is a thing. No, it's not. Up we go. So what's this floor? This floor is then just that one floor below. Okay, so where is... Ah, here. Yeah, this is prisoner 472. Only torso with arms. Well, he is not just an only torso. His torso lower level. His legs are on the upper level. And he was dragged. Clearly. So, at this point, he is also a hard disk drive. He's halved, disemboweled, and decapitated. Okay, so what's the lowest level? I need to understand this. The incinerators and maintenance tunnels, it looks like. Okay. So I can make use of the elevators to incinerate, to move stuff around. Okay. So I'm gonna do one more I think I've pretty much got everybody. I think I have basically 3/4 of a page of just body information. That is absurd. Okay. Is that a toilet? Can I have another toilet? That is indeed a toilet. That's fascinating. Okay. Um, yeah. Yeah. This is, oh, there's a letter here. Damn that noise again. There's something in the ground. It's all around us. The stories I read about Emergence Day back in Sarah in the first days of the war. I sure hope that's not what's happening here. Please let it be giant rats. We could use some meat around here. The last good meal I had was 404. Skinny bastard. So, prisoner 447, who had his head crushed against a wall, presumably killed and ate 404. Damn. Rude. Damn. Okay, so the other. Wow. Okay. It's time to just start. Honestly, I'm just going to start hucking things into the elevator. I genuinely like the idea of the elevator. That's going to make my life a lot easier. And I think I'm going to start at the top and I'm going to work my way down. That just means I need to find the stairs that I don't remember where they were. Is this it? Yes, these are the stairs. Okie dokie. We're up here. The elevator is where? That's the stairs. The elevator is here. Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna, yep, we're just gonna start hucking things down the elevator shaft. And this is just going to be how it goes. So, where I am going to need to start tracking aliens. Currently. I'll probably track them like as I throw them in the incinerator though. And I'll make sure I have all of the prisoners clocked as I get rid of them. So 575. Yep, he's just had his lower legs chewed off. Awesome. Off you go. Down the elevator. Okay, I'm going to close that door. That's the staircase. It's not necessary. Probably just going to throw the majority of like the big chunks down the elevator shaft and leave the sausages. So prisoner 912, intact tank top incel. Awesome. Okay, off you go. Hey, no, down the hole. Thank you. Yeah, this is, I think, like 281 or something. Down you go. Okay. Aliens. Oh, hey. Come through the hole, please. Thank you. Oh my gosh, you all are being really rude about this. Come through the hole. Down you go. Okay. There we go. Hello and welcome. So far, I've managed to. I've walked the grounds. I've clocked the every prisoner as well as their damages, and I roughly have about 3/4 of a page of notes already for doing paperwork's sake later. And I'm currently shoving bodies down a pit, down the elevator shaft. Alien and human alike. Okay, off we go. Nope, wrong area. This one, thank you. This level does have me curious. Like, what killed these aliens? Like, typically they would have deployed like Marines or something. And that would have like filled the area full of like bullet holes and bullet casings and the like, but there's nothing. I have found no traces of bullet holes or bullet casings or anything. Oh yeah, that's these guys. Yep. I mean, I know what killed like a couple of the people, but I've also not seen any guards. Like, they're all of the bodies I've clocked are prisoners, or aliens. Down you go. Oh, yep, I can. Off we go. Making a mess. Making a massive mess. So yeah, this is getting bad. That area is just, yeah, that's a wreck. Nope. Don't need to do anything there. This one. Okay. Down you go. That one's empty. Now we'll go for this one. I think we'll just... Yeah, I'll just take your torso. Dangle your arms. Dangle your arms. Down you go. Okay, so that should be the majority of the ones in here. Or at least up here. Is there... Nope, there's nobody there. Ah, but we do have this dude. Here we go. Come on. Off you come. Down the elevator shaft you go. Okay, that appears to be all of the upper floor bodies. So now we'll go into the lower floor and we'll start hucking. Where's the elevator shaft? There it is. Down you go. Come on. Off you come. Have I clocked you? You are prisoner 827. Yes, you are one of the first that I clocked. Cool. Off you go. Alien. Off you go. That door's locked. That's the staircase down. Meh, you can go there. Because I don't really... I want to see the elevator shaft after, I'm done using it. I want that surprise of all of the everything down and inside it. Okay. Down you go. Alien bits. Bodies. I feel like I've missed 404 somehow. It would make sense because he's not found, but oh, come on, buddy. There we go. Okay. Now, that's the clock out station and the stairs. Now I need legs. Oh, I completely missed that cell. Off you go. Come on, buddy. Off you come. Let me through the door, please. Thank you. There we go. Okay. Ah, no, here's 404. See, but 404 doesn't show any signs of being eaten. Like, which is intriguing. Because the guy says he killed and ate 404. Because, yeah, that's prisoner 404. Which is just weird. And, like, I mean, it makes sense. Like, in most games, you would shy away from showing the cannibalism. But this is not a game that you feel like would shy away from showing that damage. Okay. Come on. Off you pop. Down you go. Okay, those are just chunks. There's nobody in there. We've got this dude. Off you come. Down the elevator shaft you will go. I don't care that you don't want to. You don't have a choice. Oh, how did I miss you? Have I clocked you? 8:53. I feel like yes, fully intact. Yep, cool. Nothing important. Nothing important about you, 8:53. Down you go. Okay. That appears to be all of these downstairs prisoners, minus, that tunnel access there. Okay. There we go. So, now I'll just grab some... I'm probably going to start a secondary way station for chunks before elevators, because I really want to throw everybody down the elevator. I'm gonna get this barrel out of my way. There we go. Every person, every alien, everything gets to go down the elevator shaft. Everything that was once living, at bare minimum, gets to go down the elevator shaft. There you go. Chunkies. Thank you. Gosh, and then I'm gonna have to come through later and pick up all of the little chunks. Yeah, this one is definitely going to take me more than one sitting. I just want to double check. Oh yeah, 420 and 792. Okie dokie. Yeah, I don't care about your chunks. I just care about your big bits. There we go. Body pile. Down you go. I would be terrified, like, if this level had like an internal timer of if the level is going on for so long and you've not incinerated the eggs hatch and kill you. Like, I could totally see them doing that, but at the same time, the goal of the game is just clean up. But that could just be something you really need to do with this level. You know, actually, with the number of like laser guns that are about this level, the prisoners or the guards could have just defeated the aliens with those guns. The only debatable question is then there's no incineration marks on anything. So I still don't really know how the mess got cleaned up. Okay, there should be another access point. Yeah, here we go. Where's the elevator in correlation to that access point? Is it right here? Yes, it is. Cool. That way I don't have to walk all the way through the tunnels all the time. For, these guys that are much closer to another access point to the elevator. Come on. Off you come. Do, do, do. Down you go. No, that's not the elevator shaft. The elevator shaft's over here. I would ask if you're stupid, but you don't have a brain, so the answer is yes. Oi, damn, your legs are just as stupid as your torso. Okay, so there's those guys, and now aliens. I'm going to try and use some of the some of the containment crates for the eggs. I'm just not certain how many of them are necessarily going to fit. Oh, come on. Down you go. What a mess. I am making such a mess of this, but it'll all get cleaned up eventually. Okay, let's go. This is a level I could definitely see like wanting to do like co-op for. Like This is kind of crazy. There's just so much. Like, you'd probably like divide and conquer. Like, one person sets out and just starts cataloging bodies. That person doesn't, and nobody touches any of the human bodies until all of the body, they've all been cataloged. But you could have someone picking up the alien bodies while the cataloging is happening. Once the cataloging is done, you could start clocking or start cleaning up the big bodies. You could have one person going around picking up the big chunks, throwing them down the elevator shaft, another person walking around with containment units, picking up the little chunks, etc. Like, there's so many ways to like optimize this. Oh, I'm at the incinerator. Okay, I don't want to be at the incinerator. I mean, I guess I'm not gonna waste time, and I'll just throw these guys in here. Alien, alien, alien spider things. Okay, that's a dead end tunnel. That made a funny noise. Yeah, those make really weird noises. That's weird. Do they make... They don't make splooches. Intriguing. So they probably just count as litter, I'd wager. Okay. There we go. So I think that's all the big bits. Let's, I'm gonna make sure. Because I want to go see the devastation wrought on that elevator shaft. I'm kind of excited for this elevator shaft. Okay, so we'll head down the stairs. We'll take this leg. Legs are annoying chunks that don't like to fit in spaces appropriately. Okay, cool. So now I have all of those chunks, right, that came from the upstairs elevator, or the upstairs tunnel section, that are now getting tossed into the downstairs elevator shaft. Down you go. I have left 13,500 footprints. Golly. There's so many chunks. So many footprints. I'm of half a mind to try to find the broom and like broom these guys around, but at the same time, as much as this does like track footprints are really small as far as filth goes, and scooching these bodies like every 2 inches, leaving another full decal, like that would be That would just make a massive, massive mess. Like this. This might take a little longer, but I feel like it alleviates most of the mess. Dude, see? Why can't all of these bodies be like this dude right here, fully intact? One trip. Done. Now all I've got to do is throw them in the incinerator and no problems. Okay, legs. I've got these 2 legs and then 1 additional leg. And then I'm done throwing stuff down the elevator shaft. I'm done throwing large stuff down the elevator shaft. Okie dokie. Let's head downstairs because I am ready to see this carnage. So this... Oh, that's not as satisfying as I kind of would have hoped. I was hoping it would have been like stacked up a little higher. But at the same time, I guess like meh. This is a large elevator shaft. Meh. There we go. Oh, hey, I found the broom. Okay. I'm not willing to... I had a thought. I was gonna go and grab, like, the incinerator rifle. But I don't really... Oh, that's just... That's the incinerator rifle and just go to town inside the storage hatch, inside the elevator. But I have not counted the number of aliens I have thrown down the elevator hatch. So I need to count that. I could make a random ass guess and say probably about 15, but that's exactly as random as I'd make it sound. All right. In you go, guys. Okay, so we'll just move aliens. So we'll burn the human bits first. So that was 3 pieces. 4. I really wish I could just like throw things. Like this feels like I'm playing Overcooked 1 and I'm like, it'd be really great if I could just huck things. Come on. I want stuff out of my way so that as I walk through this, I don't trip over it. Make this process as painful and bloody as possible. There we go. Okay. Aw, ew. Grody. Off you go. Okay. Oh, I stopped counting. I'm gonna say 8. I've not made that many trips. So that would have been number 9. That makes this piece number 10. And 11. $12. Why couldn't the elevator shaft be like right next to the incinerators? That would have been so nice of them. 13. $14. Alien bit. Another alien bit. My camera does weird stuff when I try to turn around really quickly. I think I was on 14. That makes that 15. $16. $17. 18. 19. 20. 21. 'I can't pick up that piece. Okay, I guess we're gonna clear away some of the alien bodies. I guess that one's kind of stuck. There we go. Okay, so I'm on 21, I believe. 22. There we go. I feel like that one came down to a matter of angle of attempting to pick up. 23. A piece of alien. 24. 25. 26. 27. 28. 'Also, if you have multiple people working on a level, you could have one person, like, they do all the cataloging of the bodies. And then they could be working on the body paperwork while everybody else is still doing actual work. I think that's 28. Kind of lost count. It's not like I can just be like, oh yeah, this is the number of prisoners. I'm like, all of these prisoners were in a differing number of pieces. Though I think it's interesting, like, none of the ones that were decapitated still had a head. Wow. Duh. I realized what I just said. None of the ones that were decapitated were just, like, cleanly decapitated. The head was, like, gone, or crushed into pieces. So I'm wondering if, like, the aliens have, like, they needed brains to lay eggs, or what? Okay, so there we go. There's, okay. Okay, I think that's all of the human body parts, which I think I'm just gonna put a number on it and say burned. So, aliens, we're gonna start counting that now. Incinerated, oh, I already have a aliens tab, burned. So we're gonna go with 30. Okay. Okay, so I have 1 alien, 2 aliens, 3 aliens. These crates are in the way. There we go. So 3 aliens. 4 aliens. Alien butt doesn't count. 5 aliens. Alien butt also doesn't count. 6 aliens. 7 aliens. 8 aliens. Currently sitting at 8 aliens. And I've just got a lot of butts. 8 aliens. Okay, so we're sitting at 8 aliens presently. This will make alien number 9. Alien number 10. 10. 11. 11. That's a butt, so it doesn't count. I'm just gonna throw it over there so I don't have to track it. Okay, this is alien number 12. This is alien number 13. This is alien number 14. $15,000 steps. Why are you buffering? I don't like the fact that you're buffering. And this is alien number 15. Okay. And I just have butts. I just have butts left. Okay, so that's actually just gonna... actually no, that'll be fine. Okay, so we've had there have been 15 aliens, and I believe that makes a total of like 20 pieces burned. So 15 aliens. There we go. There we go. Okay, now I can go and I can grab some containment cubes and get to work. This is where the boring part begins. I've got to pick up all the tiny pieces and put them in the cubes and just kind of go. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, good. Okay, I think the cubes are... How many cubes can I fit? I don't want this crate. That crate is going to be in the way. Okay, up we go. A little bit. One floor. One floor this time. Okay, so there's that. I believe the cube dispenser is over here. I would like cubes, please. I would like more cubes, please. Thank you. Thank you for much cubes. Okay. Let's just... Gotta start somewhere. There's nothing in that one. No, I'm not doing trash yet. I'm doing body parts. I need body parts. Okay. There we go. Okay, body parts. Let's go. If that means I start by going into these tunnels, then so be it. There's going to be so much sausage to pick up. Why am I buffering? I shouldn't be buffering. I should be fine. I have internet out the wazoo. Like I have more internet than I have ever had before. Why am I buffering? I don't know. It's just being annoying. It's like I notice it because I know I have myself in my ear for audio quality purposes. Okay, okay. I think that's... I'm gonna grab this crate. There we go. Let's go ahead and we'll walk down this tunnel a bit. can't take that. I could definitely come and pick up these pieces. That sounded sickening. I'm also going to start consolidating tags, identification tags. Ah, yeah, true, because there were two bodies there. God, what a mess. What an absolutely deplorable mess. I know I say that every episode, but it's like, this is a 3-hour long mess. This is a massive mess. Okay, no, my crate is this way. I think I'll mess with the eggs. Are the eggs... Oh, no, those are way too big. Those are going to have to be carried by hand somehow. Okay. Oh, there's another tag. Okay, and that just walks me straight to the incinerator. Cool. So I don't care. No, there was a tag there. That. For prisoner 203. I believe I'm consolidating. Oh, there's another one right there that I'll need to grab. I was hoping the eggs would be able to be carried via crates, but no, those eggs are just huge. I wonder if I could... I wonder what will happen if I shoot them with the heat laser. Oh, and no, 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 stop it. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna walk over here, and now I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna take this back out of here. I'm gonna go and investigate. Okay, yeah, there are lots of chunks down this direction to be picked up, so I can pick up these chunks. As well as I'm going to grab prisoner 726's identity tag. And it's gonna go over here, along with the rest of them. There we go. No. Oh, you disagreeable piece of flesh. In you go. Down you go. Okay. So then... There we go. Okay. Now we can walk this full crate of meaty bits. Oh, I'm not sure if I lagged or what was going on there, because this is a single player game. Like, not exactly worried about it. Okay, there we go. Okay, I shouldn't have... Lag is not a thing for single player games. Unless it's built into the game. But at that point, is lag a feature or is it a bug? Okay, intestine. Okay. Okay. So that is at least this section of tunnels clean, if not clear of eggs. So now I'm gonna grab one of these. I forget where. I think the elevator's over here. Tis. Cool. So I'm going to grab the elevator. Well, actually, no. I've still got more. I've got a lot more meaty bits to pick up in here. And then we'll just throw all of these onto the elevator as we go. Like, okay. So I had a piece of sausage in hand, apparently, and it was not loaded on my screen. There we go. Sausage. Prisoner 381. That sounds like a number I've not heard before. Okay, no, he was half dismembered in his cell. This was the dude that I thought he was unique because he had a cobra tattoo on his chest. And then promptly found many, many more people with cobra tattoos on their chest. This guy does have a note. Oh, I guess. So 381 thought this was a weapons test on prisoners. There we go. Okay, so there we go. That's all just garbage. I've got meaty bits in here to pick up. I need that skull bit. That skull bit's gonna go in there. And this is prisoner 639, who is dead. There you go. I'm definitely gonna need a bucket. Probably gonna take like an entire containment cube for like just those. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I think that's roughly... Oh, there's another tag. Roughly all the meaty bits down on this level of this area. Up here, so. Okay, dope. So you're empty and clean. You are not empty. So let's go ahead and we'll get some of these loaded onto the elevator and we'll get them down to be incinerated. We're gonna go nice and slow with this very full container. There we go. Nice and slow. Down you go. Good. Okay. Next container. Also very full. Okay, and while I'm walking slow, I have time to take a drink. Maybe even eat a bite of muffin. And no, that's not an innuendo. I have blueberry muffins. Oh. Nice and slow. Not gonna drop a single damn thing in this already putrid mess. Okay. There we go. Okay, let's... Down we go. Well, that's problematic, almost. Okay, off we go. Towards the incinerator. In you go. Down you go. Nighty night. All. I've not been counting at all. That's not great. I have no idea how many components that was. I can usually fit about 10 in a very full one, like 10 to 15 in a very, very full one. So I'm going to assume somewhere in between 30 and 45 for all of these. That makes... I've got like 5 total. So that's in between 50 and 5 times 15. Why am I struggling at this? 65. What? No. No. Because it's 15, 30, 45, 60, 75. Yeah, that math works out in my head. So I'm probably going to lean a lot closer towards the 50. Because some of these are going to be very full, and some of them, like this one, are actually really not that full. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna write down 50. Well, actually, I'm gonna write down 54 because that's... There we go. Okay. That takes into consideration the number of crates. Okay. Up we go. Again. You know, you did so great last level. Like, you didn't give me any trouble at all. I have high expectations for you. You have been doing wonderfully. That's enough meat out of you. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's containers. Good on containers for the time being. So I'm going to head probably upstairs. I'm going to take a container and head upstairs. Okay, so there's meaty bits here. I'm going to go ahead and take the name tag down. We'll put it over there. Let me through, please. Please, let me through. I need to pick up the meaty bits so I can put the meaty bits inside you. There we go. Okay, so this is 4 pieces. There we go, that's 4 pieces. Okay, is there more up here? No. Okay. Anything in here? Just the name tag. The name tag can go there for the time being. 1 single large meaty bit in that cell, so that brings my count up to 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think that's probably gonna do it for this crate. So we've got a crate with 14 that I'm actually keeping track of. You know, I don't actually have to walk this downstairs. There is an elevator access up here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab another crate. Walk it upstairs and then I can start filling it. I don't have to walk full crates down sketchy stairs. Okay, sausage. So 1, 2, 3. This is going to go over here. Oh, I've walked past some sausages. Okay, sausages. There we go. 6, maybe? 7. Okay, so that's seven bits in this container so far. Now we've got a large 8th. Okay, 622. What is 622? Oh yeah, it was 622's birthday. Okay, don't really care. I've already got that ticked and tracked in my notes. Oh, and he was going to start a riot as part of his birthday celebration. Just that way, if he died, he died. If not, who cares? He ain't got much more to live for. So that's 9, I believe. Ten. 11. 12. 13. 14. And 15 as the last bit of sausage into that container. And now we're going to walk because this is a very full crate. I somehow managed to just high step onto the railing. Not exactly certain how that happens, but my dude must be an Olympic level high stepper. Okay, 9. Because I can't even hop. Oh, there we go. It took a concerted effort to hop up onto the railing. And he's just like, nah. I'm carrying like, oh, that one had 15 bits in it. Log that in my notes. And we'll start, I believe at this one. This one might still have some bits. No, this one's fine. Cool. Okay. Okay, now I want to take this crate and I want to put it over here. There we go. Okay. So there's this note that's, oh, so who was, oh, this was the guy that was on the toilet and had his head bashed into the wall, right? Like, I know that much. I don't remember what number he is, and I don't feel like actually reading my notes. Prisoner 843. Where are you? I feel like taking this note down. 6, 2, 8, 9, 12, 381, 8. Excuse you? Oh, no, it's 849. 849. Never mind. Okay, on toilet, head crushed. Didn't. Felt like he didn't belong here. Belong here. 849. Okay. Next cell. And this is where I start being able to pick up stuff from the upstairs sections of the tunnels. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11 and 12 bits. So 12 bits. I'm actually going to pause this, not pause, but I need to do that, and I need to do that. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now, are there any human body parts down here? I don't think so. All I see is just a bunch of green. So I think I got the majority of it. Okay. Now I should have some meaty bits here. So 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Eh. 10's about as much as this one's going to get. I'll just go ahead and move that over there. There we go. Move it a bit more out of my way so that I can get other containers through in an easier fashion. Down it goes. Okay, next. Hop down, grab another container, and back upstairs we go. No, the stairs were over here. Up we go. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Name tag. There's a bit of sausages. Oh, that one, that crate had 10 bits in it. So now there we go. This one's gonna start off with 2. And it actually kind of looks like that's the entire upper level. Cleaned of meaty bits. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all of these crates onto the elevator. Well, I'm not worried about that one yet. That one's fine. Now these are going to be a slight nuisance, but as long as I take my time, do it slowly, we won't have any problems. There we go. Good. Okay. There we go. Okay, there's those. Now, I think I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to hop downstairs and we're going to start picking up the meaty bits in this lower subblock. There we go. I think that's good for the time. That cell's good. This one's good there. Then that one's good. So we're at 4. I think that makes piece number 4. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 11, 12. I think I'll just call that crate done at 12 and just let it be. So we'll go ahead and track that in the notes. Oh, I need to adjust. Okay, crate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. No, I need that. Thank you very much. Okay. I think that might actually be all the meaty bits. I feel like I've still got some probably down in the basement as well as probably in a couple other locations, but hey, oh no, that didn't exactly do what I wanted it to do, but now I understand how the elevator works. Okay. So I think that one just had 10 in it, so I'm just going to write that down. And we're going to go and burn this. Blaze of glory. I have almost burned 2,000 things. Okay, now I get to re-pick up all the meaty bits that were in this crate, but I know it's all been counted, so I don't have to count it again. Go. I now know I need to make sure I leave some space between the wall and the elevators have a call lever. Gosh darn it, I didn't notice that until now. Okay. Oh, that's my eye itchy. There we go. Muffin. Oh. Okay. Okay. Torching those. There we go. Torch all of that. Okay. So now if I take a walk up here, have I cleared all of this area of gross bits? The answer appears to be yes. I'm curious. So does... Oh, yeah. Actually, wait a second. If I take this up here and I clean up all of the mess right next to... Okay, I need to clean up these footprints. Come on. Here we go. Okay. No footprints. The eggs don't count as anything. Intriguing. That's... I I am genuinely intrigued. I'm not 100% certain what it wants me to do with the eggs then. Because it's looking like the ones that I can pull off are not considered garbage, but the ones that are attached seemingly count as garbage. But I'll have to find out once I... Okay, I think I'm basically ready to mop. I think I'm ready to start mopping. And as you do, I'm going to start at the top, and work my way down. But this is going to be an endeavor and a half. I screwed that up already. Trash bucket. Another bucket, please. That Down you go. Okay. Buckets, please. Over the stairs are over here, and we're just gonna work. Probably start right about here. Honestly. Down we go. Okay. Mop. There we go. And here we go. Time to make the place look right as rain. Oh, dirty mop. Dirty, dirty mop. Don't want to use a dirty mop. Okay. Okay, now that bucket is absolutely sloshed. So we'll go ahead and grab our second bucket and we'll move it up here for me. And preferably not dump it immediately. Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. Mop, mop, mop. There we go. One step at a time. There we go. I'm also kind of wondering if I should be inclined to just like drop the buckets and just not care and clean up the mess later. Like, I need to get clean buckets up here. Do I really, like, that's a disaster zone in of itself. Should I really care? And my answer's no. I don't really care. I've apparently dumped 50 buckets, though. That's not where that bucket was supposed to go. That's kind of a hassle. But I need to come down here and get more buckets anyway. So, bucket. Buckets are over here. Bucket. That's the sound of meat. I don't like the sound of meat. You're supposed to give me the bucket sound. Okay, come on. Down you go. Second bucket. Okay. Down you go. Thank you. That's the sound of meat. Stop. I hate this stupid bucket machine. And it hates me too. Okay. Let's just... Okay. I've got four buckets ready to go upstairs. But I'm not carrying them all at once because that 3 buckets is sketch enough that I don't like doing it. I prefer just to run 2. I'm not some elite speedrunner. That's not going to happen. I don't need to shave off precious seconds. I kind of need to shave off minutes and hours at this point. Buckets over here. Thank you. Okay, and we're upstairs. Okay, is my mop dirty? My mop is disgusting. Okay. It's like nothing ever happened in this corner. It's not like two people were brutally murdered by insect aliens. Son of a... I hate these buckets. I hate these buckets so much. I really appreciate the blood decal that has the... it kind of runs along the cracks in the floor. I really appreciate that one. From a design perspective. Okay. Nope. Game. I should have game audio. Give me a second. That actually does. Boop. Here we go. Is there game audio now? Okay, cool. That's weird. I don't know why there wasn't. Not bloody cal. Blood decal. Like that blood splotch on the wall. From a game design perspective, is just a decal placed on the wall that, unlike most games, you can interact with, because that's the point. There we go. That actually kind of explains a lot, actually. Kind of why, I don't want to say people weren't sticking around, but, Okay. Now I need to get myself out of my ear because, yeah, you know you're right. You are absolutely right about that. Boop. This is why I really, really want a second monitor. I really kind of need it. I want to be able to have like one monitor that is, you know, the game, and one monitor that is running the stream. But, I need another desk first. Or I need to severely edit the desk that I have. Okay, that bucket's sloshed. Down you go. Hey! I'm not gonna be able to do that again if I try. The bucket just went down into what? But I washed my bucket mop and it got dirty after like one swing. So used to mopping up blood, it's kind of hard to tell whenever anything else is actually dirtying the mop. Yeah, that's kind of the problem with temporary solutions. And that's also kind of the problem with the room that is my office. There's no good spot for, like... Nope, that one dumped. I tried. The space that I have is actually really... The space that I have that I would put a space for a second monitor, the only thing IKEA has that is the same height as my desk is on rolly wheels. Like, the same size as my desk that would fit in the space that I have. is on rolly wheels, which I'm not a huge fan of for putting, you know, semi-expensive technology on top of it. The wheels might be lockable, but I'm not 100% certain. That, and I'm gonna double check. Oh god, yeah. Railing is disgusting. Are you good? You're good. You're good. Oh, hi there, Wes. Ceiling splat. Okay. You're good. There's a dirty bit on the railing. There we go. Bucket. You know, we do have a woodworking friend. That I could definitely ask and see it. Yeah, no, you make a very, very valid point. Okay. Trash bucket. Yeah. Don't care. Okay. Off we go. More buckets. Nope, buckets were in the other room. I might be able to just finish that wing and that. If I finish that wing, I can the meat noise. That's the meat noise again. I hate this stupid bucket machine. Come on, down you go. Up you go. Up we go. 2 fresh buckets. Okay, I'm gonna... yeah, I'm gonna work down here. I think this is my best bet. Pardon me. That cell looks fine, so I'm not going to worry about it. Sploosh. All of these meaty bits away because they're getting in the way and they're making more mess than they're worth. Or at least they're making enough of a mess that they're not worth keeping. Left a half faded foot. I see that. sloshed. And that's my... That is not a clean bucket, but it is the bucket I have. Okay, that's a head. Well, no, that's just a meaty bit. Either way, it makes a mess when it rolls around on the ground. Up you go. There you go. Okay, both of them are sloshed. That's empty. Dirty bucket. Dirty bucket. There you go. Okay. Oh no, I almost fell in the pit. Wouldn't be a bad thing, but rather not. This is where the fun begins, as I had to trek through this place countless times in order to move out the bodies and bits, and now I have to put my footprint in this. Putting the bucket at an angle like that is really not a great idea. They're so easy to tip over if you hit them this wrong. And that's probably that bucket sloshed. Go very gently. Okay. At least footprints come up. Most footprints are just like a one hit. Boom, they're done. Unless, you know, you've gone over the entire area countless times. I would clean this dude's toilet that I'm guessing backed up and nobody decided to fix. Or I guess nobody cared enough to fix. Oh, that was close. That's probably that bucket about gone. Yep. It's trash. That's a dirty bucket. Is it fully dirty though? Yes. Okay, all of these. Yeah, all these are trash. Okay. Here you go. Stack you up for S's and G's. empty bucket, so I don't care about you. You don't need to be stacked. Stack. More buckets. Bucket, please. Thank you. Bucket, please. There we go. That was close. Okay. Well, that's a mess. That's a mess that needs cleaned up. There we go. That finishes this room. Okay, don't need to go there. Now I just kind of need to clean up around the pit. And let's actually grab this, and that's just going to go over there for the time being. Having some kind of like percentage bar on the mod would be fantastic. Like, I mean, yeah, you can tell by its general filth level, but sometimes it's hard to read. Okay. Both of you are sloshed. There you go. More buckets, please. Thank you. Thank you. Become. There we go. Yep, I thought my mop was too dirty for that, and I was right. This area right here, right next to the bucket machine. Or maybe I can stop tracking prints to and from the machine. That would be nice. Oh, nope, that bucket's trash. Are these clean? Oh, these are clean. When did I put those there? That said, they are on some wonky angles, and that's the danger. Yeah, like that. It's so easy to just freaking tip your bucket over because you hit it wrong. But that gives me at least enough room around the bucket machine that it should be relatively easy to get fresh buckets without tracking footprints. Okay. How dirty are you? You're not totally dirty, and you're basically clean. Let's... You know what, let's take both of these, and we're just going to keep working out here. Even though I do still actually need to go and clean upstairs. I think that's actually a better idea. Take some buckets. And go upstairs. These up, that way they're not a problem in the future. There we go. Okay. That's that room. Good. Footprints. And just okay, now I've not even gone that way to begin with, so it's not just footprints. It's everything. Including, you know, that way. It's an absolute disaster. Yeah, that bucket's probably sloshed. Now, they gave me a lift, so I'm kind of wondering if I'm going to need to use it. But so far, like, I mean, I've not seen any high up areas that I can't, like, reach that have been messy. That was nothing. Some blood on that grate. Well, alien blood. Alien green insect blood. Okay. And that's that bucket sloshed. Okay, so bucket. Bucket will come over here. That's not where that was supposed to dump. It's supposed to dump on the floor down below. There we go. Okay. And we'll hop down. Down we go. Go. Fresh buckets. Corner, nice and slow. And away we go. Okay. Actually, isn't there a door here? Yes. Whoa. Off limits. Because it's clean. Now we have to go this way. That door is actually kind of in the way a lot. At least we're going this direction. Okay, well, that bucket's trash. Now go back to bucket number 2. too. Oh well, moving on the bucket too. Okay. Hi, Dickie cat. Bye. I was not totally paying attention that time. There you go. Yeah. This whole move 2 feet a mop. Yep, and that one's trash. Now, up, down. Yep. Hop down, and get more buckets. Cats may not wear shoes, but if the shoe fits, I'll gladly blame the cat for the mess. Go. Buckets. Wasn't even able to get the area directly underneath me fully clean in full mode. You know, I'm wondering if the broom is actually going to be useful this level, or... oh, that bucket's trashed. Okay. Or if it's going to be just as useful as it's been for previous levels. Me, anyway. Because I'm seeing, like, over there's the kind of moss cave-in stuff. There's this dirt. I'm wondering if the broom will actually let me get rid of those. I doubt it. I genuinely doubt it. But I don't want to overlook something if that's the way it ends up being. Yeah, nope, that one did not dump. Awesome. Good bucket. That one did. Come on, let me down. Thankfully, no full damage. There you go. I got greedy, and I went for the third bucket, and the game said no. Said have some meat instead. Okay, now this needs to be carried slowly the entire way, otherwise I'm going to lose all of them. Up we go. That door's closed. This door's open. And 3 buckets. Exactly where I need them. Down you go. Thank you. Bucket. Ooh, you know, I could actually, not that I really like mattresses from, you know, a decrepit prison, but I could totally steal some mattresses, and then I could actually have some mattresses in my office, and I could turn something into a... Can I take the bed frame? Can I pick up the bed frame? I know I can pick up the mattress, but it doesn't look like it. Dang it. I can't have a bed in my office. That would be pretty great. Just like Warframe, not giving me bed frames to put in my orbiter. I heard you go somewhere. Where did you go? I don't know. Oh, so is there a little bit of audio static when it's quiet? I'm trying my best to get rid of that, but it is being problematic. Oh, did that one didn't tip over either. Oh, I don't want the bottom one. Okay, it's dump. I'll take it. Okay, because that's. I wasn't sure if it was just on like my end, like I hear it, because bad ports, but also, I actually meant to send you a picture of this. I'm actually using the mic you gave me. I can actually, boop. Boop. There you go. And it's here somewhere. Should have been right next to it, unless I didn't actually take a picture of it. I was also I should have had a picture from, what was it? Of the webcam that they gave me an extra of. Quote unquote gave me an extra. Ooh, there's some blood over here. Clean that up. That's a mess. Clean that. Footprint. Okay. There we go. Okay. Yes, that picture was taken earlier. Earlier to yesterday. At some point. I'm not sure. Oh, that one dumped. Oh well. Oh. Okay. More footnotes. Go away. Nobody likes you. Go. Okay. I think I'm gonna step towards there. I'm not gonna worry about the tunnels yet. The tunnels are gonna be there on the endeavor. Definitely don't think 3 buckets at a time is gonna work in the tunnels. They're a little tight, and the floors are not even. The floor is definitely not flush. Smooth. Down you go. Yeah, make a mess. See if I care. I've got to clean it up anyway. Bucket. I read the first part of that. Wow. You think you're so funny. Down you go. Okay, up. Give me another one. Please, I want to clean that before I forget about it and don't notice it. There we go. Okay. Okay, now walk slowly. Upstairs. Basically done up here. No, please no. Don't want to go and make 3 more buckets. Okay, there we go. Now, bucket. Now, this mess, this one is entirely of my own design. Yeah. Every single large portion of body just got thrown down the elevator shaft. Ended up with a pile down at the bottom about 4 foot deep of just bodies. I was hoping it would actually be higher, but didn't work out that way. It's actually kind of a really big elevator, so there's a lot of space. Oh, buckets. Dirty. I'm not sure if that one dumped, just based off sound cues alone. There we go. Okay. We'll go down. No, we'll grab a bucket. We will grab second bucket. And then we'll go down the floor. Get away from the walls. Down we go. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get those things on the side actually clean. But we'll see what happens when I get down to the bottom. Yep, you're dirty. You're almost dirty now. Actually, probably is. Okay. What a mess. What a mess. I missed a body part. Where's the stairs? I genuinely forget. You can just go in there. Buckets, please. No, I don't have enough buckets on the floor. I need more buckets. Down you go. Thank you. There we go. God. I thought I was all free and clear after having tripped on buckets. Okay. You are not dumped, so I'm continue. Empty, empty. Okay, you're also not dumped. So you get to be stacked. Okay. Get all my empties out of the way. Mostly out of the way. I have some tickets. Okay. Thank you. Okay, fine. Let's take care of the stairs now. Or at least this disgusting section. Now, if I pull back up my stream, does it then tell me I have 2 viewers? Oh, I hate how it gets rid of the entire chat stream. If I go that. The answer is no, which is intriguing. What a mess I have made for myself. There we go. Maybe it did update. Maybe me watching it does count as a viewer. I'm not sure. Either that or I do actually have to keep in that. Oh, that always a disaster of my own demise, my own creation. Basically, all of the mess I have right now is just messes I have made. Well, no, there's still... Oh, there's still technically the insect tunnels to do, but... mostly the messes are just of my own design. Okay, no. Okay, not this. I did not make this mess. Specifically. I think this was 404. Which, actually, you'll get a kick out of this. Where did I put his name tag? Prisoner 404. Not found. That was... they've made so many references of, like, of course these numbers had to show up in a level where all of the people are tagged by just numbers. There's a 420, there's 666, there's 404. I don't think there's any 69s though. No. And there's probably a bunch more of these that mean things that I don't understand. Oh, no, I've not picked up all of the ones that came out of the water machine. I think this thing was at 5 when it's going on number 9 right now. So that's number 10. That's probably dirty. Okay. That's of my own creation. And I can verifiably say at least one of these prisoners was not killed by the aliens. One of them was killed and cannibalized by another prisoner. Genuinely sad. Though it was well, what is surprising is that the body didn't show any signs of being eaten. The body was fully intact. Which I really wouldn't have expected a game like this to shy away from showing. Or at least making parts of them into unidentifiable meat chunks. I would have really expected the body to not be fully intact. Bare minimum. So you can go there. Okay, there's still a bit more mess over there. Okay, you... I can go there. We got 404's tag. Over there. Okay. That's a full bucket. I don't want you to dump. And I think that's actually a clean bucket right next to it. So, okay. You're definitely a dirty bucket. Okay, so I've given you the clean bucket, and we'll go into this cell. In this one, what does that say? Black Ops craft that flew over the other day. They must have dropped something because weird shit's been happening ever since. The ground is shaking. Aha! Okay, I need the prisoner tag from this one. I need to find the tag from this. So. Might be that one that's just outside the door. This is prisoner 331. I can't even read any bloodlines. Okay, so 331. He saw Black Ops air vehicle drop something. Then tremors started. Cool. Okay. Cool. That's actually a note that I had missed in my initial body count. That adds some useful information. Makes the guy that's like, this is all a military experiment on the prisoners, makes him sound not so crazy. Then again, I mean, they're prisoners, and what do they have to do besides think of conspiracy theories all day? Bucket. Yep. Gotta clean up my own mess. I do wonder which would be faster, actually doing this myself, or like cleaning up my own mess from dropping the buckets, or honestly just carrying the buckets. Oh, there's a name tag. I'm gonna put this with that. That's the bucket I was using, but it is now dirty. Take another bucket. This should only take like maybe one more bucket. If I can avoid making more mess than I need to. There we go. That is that. Okay. Now let's go ahead and we'll take this bucket into the elevator. Honestly, it's about time I start taking all of the dirty buckets into the elevator and start getting rid of them. It's already on this floor, so I may as well. Okay. So you have fluid. There we go. Fluid. Why couldn't they just make these buckets perfectly round? Instead, you have to be, like, super careful with slotting one into another. Alright, that happens. And eventually, you do that enough times, and they just dump. Okay. All of those are empty. This one has stuff. So liquid. Time you go. Okay. Let's get you a little bit away from the wall. There we go. Okay. Buckets. I'll probably just huck all the dirty buckets down the shaft. Okay. No, that's dirty. I want a clean mop. If this machine played like Papers, Please, it would be really bad at it. All it has to do is give me a clean bucket and not give me meat. Okay, now let's go down. Well, it mostly worked. Now I just need to get myself out. Okay, there we go. Into the incinerator with the buckets. 2. incinerator? I will. And a 10. I guess only 10 buckets so far. Burned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Buckets. There we go. Okay. And more stuff. Okay, so I'll just get rid of these. Looks like 5 pieces. And that's a name tag. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. Back upstairs. That absolutely disgusting hallway for in a bit. Buckets, please. Oh, no, I need to dispose of the dirty buckets. Still. Okay. Okay, dirty buckets. Down they go. One at a time. That is kind of satisfying to hear. Now, I know this is just buckets, so you'll have to use your imagination, but this was bodies earlier. Okay. Neither of those have water in them. Okay. That's... Oh, and then these, I believe, all have water in them, too. Yeah, so I need to carry this way too. But that's a check for another time. Now let's just bring this up a little bit. Just don't want footprints. I don't want to leave extra footprints anyway. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. I can, so far. There we go. Oh, that's a clean bucket. I didn't need to bring a clean bucket down here. Okay. Let's... Being that they're empty, I'm kind of curious if I can actually fit 4 buckets in the incinerator in one trip, or if it's only 3. Okay. So this is where carrying a lot of buckets gets really sketchy. Yeah, it looks like it's 3. Yeah. Okay. 3. That being said, I'm probably not gonna. I'm just gonna run one at a time. I really don't care. But I'm gonna do that. tally. There we go. Okay. And this is why this tunnel is an absolute disaster. This tunnel was actually mostly clear before I showed up. Okay, so, hey, come on. That's another 10. I'm just going to write a 10. I don't need to tally mark all of that. Usually only use tally marks because I need Okay. Now my footprints. Okay. Now dirty bucket. I have more dirty buckets to haul. So many dirty buckets. Yep. Like, I wish I could just dump things into the alien tunnels and be like, yeah, no, this is no problem. But I feel like the game is gonna actually make me clean the alien dug tunnels. For, you know, maximum points. Was a mistake. I'm gonna just bucket, please. A few small footprints I'm willing to deal with. I'm not willing to deal with this. That's where the other source of footprints is coming from. Okay. There we go. Now I couldn't keep track of many footprints. Meh. You're empty. You're very clearly empty because you're sideways. You can go in that bucket. There we go. And it seemed like 3 moves relatively well. It just depends on the amount of time you feel like spending stacking buckets. Okay, down. Oh, that's it. Yeah, okay. You come up, rotate. You go down and come on. Behave. I know behaving is not in your genetic makeup, but there we go. Okay. There we go. And I'm free to dispose of full buckets. 2. 4. 7. Still 7, but they didn't make it all the way there. Well, those 2 stayed static. How nice of them. Now there's just a few more. 10. And I believe this will make 12. There we go. Also, that's supposedly the average time to clean this room, or this level, is 3 hours. And I'm now just a little bit past the 3-hour mark. And I'm not even done mopping. There we go. Okay. Clean buckets. Because now I think I'm really ready to actually start mopping down there. And I'm gonna take a lot of bucket. I don't know, because it just says average time is 3 hours. But even still, like, for the majority of the levels that I've done, I usually take like 50% extra time. So I was kind of I'm expecting this one to take me like 4.5. Even if I'm not like quite at that point yet. I'm like, that's what I'm expecting to do. Oh, this one is definitely, like, this one's a group project. Like, you could just do this so much. Stop giving me meat. I need meat. Thank you. Buckets. Please don't dump the bucket. I can't blame the machine on the dumping of buckets. That's... No. 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 Physics. Behave. Thank you. But yeah, like, this level could be done so much more efficiently if you had a team. Like, you could have one person who's, like, walking around collecting the alien bodies, one person clocking, recording all of... Nah. Screw you. That's why I only like doing the buckets, but I wanted to try to do free. One person going around recording all of the bodies, and once they've recorded a body, they move, like, the tag away from it. You just... I just don't want this to tip over. Once they move the tag, then somebody else can come behind and start moving big body parts, and someone can be moving little body parts. And then there can be this massive group effort of mopping and picking up all of the other stuff and just, yeah. This one did, like, I'm assuming because this is the first 3-hour level I've done. The 3 hours definitely, like, group effort would be needed to get it done in the allotted time. Or the average time. definitely okay with group efforts at some point. Why is there an intestine there? Okay. Dirty bucket, clean bucket. Okay, yeah, it's looking like the decals that were, like, on the elevator are coming off now that I'm on, like, the ground floor. Where the decal originates. There we go, okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay, those decals are going away now. Good. Okay. You up, over, up. Yeah. Oh, this is so little movement and so many buckets. I'm so glad I actually brought down like a ton of buckets though. This would have been absolutely amazing. To try to do like 2 buckets at a time would have been stupid. Okay, that's it. I think that's a clean bucket. That's the only clean bucket I have left. Oh, no, I have another clean bucket right there. I am genuinely curious how I missed it. But I'll take it. I'll take what I can get at this point. That's a dirty bucket now. Let's move that out of the way. Get rid of the footprints. And I'm going to try and work my way around here. There we go. That got rid of that decal. Okay. Oh, I can't seem... Can't seem to clean off that door. Oh, you know, I bet you it's that one right there. Yeah, that's gonna clean. Yep, there we go. That I took 2, 4, 6. It took 7 buckets just to go around a corner. And I'm still technically not done. That bit right there. Not clean. Yeah, you can just go there for the time being. I'm gonna run these. And I still have... So this is probably going to take at least like 10 buckets to clean up the mess that is transferring bodies. Transferring, shoot, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 27 casualties. And 15 dead aliens. Is this mess right here. mop. Gonna come over here. Gonna wipe my feet. I don't know if this works, but I'm gonna hope it does. No, that does not work. Okay. Good to know. Okay, buckets, please. I need lots of buckets. So many buckets. Honestly, I feel like all you're gonna get is just cement. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this container over here. I'm gonna pick up the meat. And we're gonna start stacking buckets. Yep, there's you some meat. There's more meat. That's a bucket, guys. Take the bucket. For another bucket. Take the bucket. Place the bucket. Ask for another one. Stack the bucket. Move the stacks. There we go. There we go. Down you go. That's 8. I think I'm gonna try and take 12 down. I feel like that's gonna be my best bet. There we go. Okay, I have 12 buckets. Hopefully... Okay, so just got a text from wifey, 45 minutes. So hopefully I can finish mopping. And that's where I'm gonna have to call it. Hopefully I'll be able to finish mopping. Then, I mean, all I'm gonna have to do for the next one is really just pick up trash. Really just pick up trash and do paperwork is really all I'll have left at that point. But a lot of picking up trash is going to be doing, okay, no. There's a lot. Nope, other way. There we go. Okay, buckets. This is like all my focus, just moving buckets. Still need to go and mop in the... No problem. Now let me out. Awesome. No problem. Fan-frickin-tastic. Okay. There we go. This is where we start. Clean up my footprints. We clean up that bit of splooch, mist, okay, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pick up that. Okay, no. The mop has no effect on these piles of filth. Like, I was kind of hoping they might. I've still yet to actually find a reason to use the broom. Like, I know you can use it to, like, push around, like, bullet casings, but I'm like, why? I could just move the bin to, like, where I'm picking up the bullet casings. Just adding extra steps. That's a dirty bucket. Okay. Now that's also good. Okay. Let's go. 2 more. No! Stupid frickin' Asian takeout. go away. Just wasted 2 buckets. There we go. Okay. Buckets. Mop. That was... Okay, empty bucket. 12 dirty bucket. Can I slide by here? Yes. Cool. Such a mess. Oh, and I did this to myself, but I feel like this was necessary. Oh my gosh. Well, I managed to dump the under bucket without dumping the upper bucket. I'm mildly impressed by that capability. Bucket. Oh, that was actually, I should have another 12 onto that one. But yeah, if I finish, oh, and then those buckets, so down to 5 buckets. Survived the journey. Okay. Piss. Okay. I figured I would at least need 7. And I got 5 out of 10. It really seems like in really high density areas, it can really only do 3 clicks before being overloaded. That was... Okay, that's all of my buckets. 10 buckets definitely would have gotten all of that, but I ended up with 5. Is there a dirty bucket over here? There is. Okay, you can come with me. And you'll be in a world of pure fiery pain, if you had noticed. Why did these two have to dump? Okay. And I'd rather take the elevator just because we're... Am I... Excuse you. Excuse you. I don't know why I didn't work. You son of a mother. All the way up to the top. This is feeling broken. Okay, well, down. Right. All the way down. is actually busted. It is phased into the floor, so it is moving the appropriate distance. It's just broken. If I could bring... Oh, wifey hurt her wrist. Okay, what time did she say? 45. She said 45 at 3:00. Excuse you, that is not accurate. It is now 3:08, and she definitely sent that message at least a few minutes ago. That's the sound of meat. I do kind of wonder if... Screw you. Go to jail. Shove a slosh on mannequin. Come on. Okay. There we go. Sound of meat. That's the sound of meat again. That's the sound of a bucket. Okay. Now. Yeah, that's busted. That's good and busted. Yeah. I want to finish the room downstairs. I was hoping that would work. It's kind of a small drop, so maybe it wouldn't make a mess. I think that's the good I'm going to get. Down we go. 4 buckets. I think $4 is as good as I'm going to get. Okay. Let's take a clean bucket, clean them up, clean the elevator. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now, I have technically 3 fully clean buckets to do downstairs. This final bit downstairs here. But I think I'm just going to finish this room, and then I'm going to have to call it. Considering my phone doesn't tell me what time messages were actually sent. But this will at least be the majority of the mobbing. Vast majority. Okay, buckets dirty. Golly, 3 buckets is not going to be enough. Oh man. Such a mess. We're not going to talk about the number of buckets that were dumped right there. That did nothing. I feel like that did absolutely nothing. That one's already dirty. So now we're coming back up here for the half clean one. Six would have been enough. 3.5 was not. There we go. And now a dirty bucket up here, and now I basically have to take the stairs. But hopefully also at the same time, reloading the save will fix it. Fix the elevator so I'll be able to continue using it. Oh, that's a stretch. Oh, that was good. Okay. Let's finish this room, and then we're done. And I'm just gonna have to take the stairs. Two more buckets. You know what? Give me a third bucket. I'm willing to try my luck. I'm taking 3 buckets down the stairs. And we're gonna walk, and we're gonna take it nice and slow, and nice and easy. We're not going to have any physics problems, are we, physics? There we go. Nice. See, why can't you just behave like that all the time? That would have been absolutely lovely to deal with every single time I have to deal with 3 buckets. You. Son of a... I spoke too soon. I hate you. I have 1 bucket. 3 buckets has promptly become 1 bucket. What should have been egregious overkill in order to freaking clean up this damned mess is now not enough. Okay, it turned out to be... Do I have 1 more slosh? No. It turned out to be not quite enough. What would have been enough to clean the immediate area and a little bit more ended up not being enough at all. And I get that. How kind of you. There we go. Okay, let's go. 2 buckets, and I'm done. One of the buckets here, and then maybe I won't tip it over. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm not considering the rest of that part of this one. That's getting into the tunnels, which I've not cleaned any of the tunnels. All I've managed to clean so far is the prison. One bucket. Clean the elevator. Oh, there's a sploosh up there. Didn't see that one. You're clean. Do the steps. It. There's also a spot there. Okay. Now, we come, we get 1 last bucket, we get another piece of meat. Before we get a bucket, we get 2 pieces of meat before we get a bucket. Thanks, machine. And we clean up the mess that pretty much is just the machine's fault. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's it. So, I've managed I have cleaned basically I've picked up and mopped the entire prison. Now I just need to pick up the trash, and I still need to get into the alien tunnels, throw away all of the eggs that I can pick up, and probably burn away the rest of the eggs that I can't pick up. I feel like that's what the game is implying I need to do. Then I have 27 casualties worth of paperwork to do next time. So thanks for joining, thanks for tagging along, and don't forget, you're always welcome at my table. Till next time. Tab